The exit sign changed while I was looking at it. 1 second it said, "Exit, bright red, steady, normal." The next it flickered, dimmed, and came back as "return." I didn't move at first. My hand was still on the stairwell door, halfway open, the fire alarm screaming overhead like it had been for the last 30 seconds. I remember thinking it was a reflection, or maybe the light was glitching. Buildings this old, things fail. But the word didn't change back. It stayed there. Return. Behind me, someone shoved past my shoulder. "Move, man!" He stopped when he saw it too. For a second, neither of us said anything. The alarm filled the hallway, echoing off the low ceiling, bouncing between the rows of identical office doors. Emergency lights had kicked on, washing everything in that dull, artificial white that makes shadows look too sharp. "That's not right," he muttered. I shook it off first. "Probably just a faulty panel. Come on." I pushed the door open the rest of the way. Inside was the stairwell. Concrete walls, metal railings, the usual. Nothing out of place. The kind of space you don't think about until you have to use it. People were already moving down. A small group from accounting, one of the janitors, a couple I didn't recognize. No one was running, but everyone had that same tight energy, fast steps, quick glances, phones out, but not really being used. No smoke, no heat, just the alarm. "Did anyone pull it?" someone asked from below. "No idea," another voice answered. "Probably a drill." "It's not scheduled," a third said. "I would have gotten an email." That got a few uneasy looks. I stepped into the stairwell, letting the door swing shut behind me. For a second, I caught a glimpse of the sign again through the narrowing gap. Still said, "Return." Then it clicked closed. We made it down 2 flights before something felt off. It wasn't anything obvious at first. The walls looked the same. The landings were identical. Even the scuffed paint and dented corners were exactly where you'd expect them to be. But the numbers were wrong. "Wait," the guy in front of me said, slowing down. "Wasn't this?" He pointed at the wall. "Floor 12. We'd started on 12. No one said anything for a second. Someone laughed, short, forced. "You just turned around." "No," he said. "We went down 2 flights. I looked over the railing down the center of the stairwell. More people below us, still moving. No sign of the lobby, no sign of the ground floor. Just more landings, spiraling down into the same flat, artificial light. "Maybe it's mislabeled," I said, though it didn't sound convincing even to me. Behind us, the door we'd come through creaked open again. A few more people pushed into the stairwell, joining the flow downward. "Just keep moving," someone called. "We'll hit the bottom." So we did. Another flight, another turn, another landing. I checked the wall before anyone else could say it. Floor 12. This time, no one laughed. "Okay, stop," a woman near the railing said. "This isn't... Something's wrong." The group hesitated, bunching up on the landing. The alarm still hadn't changed. Same steady, piercing tone, like it didn't care what we were doing. "Try the door," someone suggested. I was closest. I reached for the handle, hesitated for just a second, then pushed it open. The hallway beyond looked exactly like the one we'd left. Same carpet, same rows of doors, same sterile lighting, and at the far end, an exit sign, glowing red. I squinted at it, heart starting to beat a little harder than it should have. For a second, it looked normal. Then it flickered, dimmed, shifted, and lit back up with a word I already knew I was going to see. Return. Behind me, someone whispered, "Why does it say that?" I didn't answer, because I was already starting to realize we weren't going down. And whatever this building was doing, it didn't want us leaving. We tried 3 more flights. Same result every time. Down, turn, landing. Floor 12. No variation, no flicker, no sign we were getting any closer to the ground. Okay, no, the guy in the blue shirt said, running a hand through his hair. This isn't how stairs work. No one argued with him. The group had stopped moving entirely now, packed tight on the landing like we were afraid the space itself might shift if we spread out too much. Go back up, someone said. If it's looping, maybe it's just one direction. It didn't make sense, but nothing about this did anymore. So we turned around, back up the stairs, 1 flight, 2. The sound of our footsteps echoed differently now, sharper, like the walls were closer than they should have been. At the next landing, I looked first. I don't know why, maybe I didn't want to hear someone else say it again, but I already knew what I'd see. Floor 12. A low murmur spread through the group. No, that's not possible. We just went up. I counted the steps. So did I. The alarm kept blaring overhead, steady and indifferent. No variation, no urgency, just that same piercing tone, like it had been designed for something other than fire. Try another stairwell, someone suggested quickly. There's one on the west side. Yeah, okay. It gave people something to do, a direction. That was enough. We pushed back through the door onto the hallway. The lighting had changed. It wasn't obvious at first. Everything was still visible, still functional, but the clean white emergency lights had shifted toward something warmer, darker. A faint red tint bled into the edges of the hallway, pooling in the corners, clinging to the ceiling panels like it was seeping out of the building itself. Was it always like that? Someone asked. No one answered. The exit sign at the far end caught my attention immediately. The arrow beneath it, something I hadn't noticed before, was pointing left, deeper into the building. That's wrong, I said quietly. It's just directing to the other stairwell, the blue shirt guy replied, but he didn't sound convinced. We followed it anyway. What else were we going to do? The west stairwell door was exactly where it should have been. Same handle, same push bar, same small wired glass window. I stepped up and pushed it open. Concrete, metal railings, fluorescent lighting, identical. Good, someone said under their breath, like we'd just solved something. We started down again. 1 flight, 2, 3, faster this time. People weren't talking anymore, just moving, like speed might break whatever was happening. At the next landing, I forced myself not to look, but someone else did. No, I looked anyway. Floor 12. A woman near the back let out a short, sharp laugh that immediately broke into something closer to panic. Okay, this is a joke, right? This is some kind of, a drill? A test? Who would build this? Someone snapped. You can't fake this. I turned toward the door on the landing and pushed it open again. Hallway. Same as before. Same carpet. Same doors. Same low, creeping red light. But this time, there was something new. Mounted on the wall across from us, where I was sure there hadn't been anything before, a digital directory screen. Black background, white text. Updating. Floor status. 15. Complete. 14. Complete. 13. Complete. 12. In progress. The words flickered once, then stabilized. No one spoke. No one moved. Behind us, the stairwell door slowly creaked shut on its own. The alarm kept screaming. And somewhere above us, I could have sworn I heard footsteps. I looked back down the hallway. The exit sign at the far end flickered again. The arrow beneath it shifted. Not left this time. Not toward another stairwell. It turned and pointed straight ahead, deeper into the building. As the text on the screen behind me updated one more time. 12. In progress. No one said it out loud, but we all felt it. This wasn't a loop, it was intentional. We didn't go back into the stairwell. No one even suggested it. Instead, we followed the hallway. The exit arrow still pointed forward, deeper into the building, like there was somewhere we were supposed to go. "Stay together," someone said. We did. At first, the changes were subtle. The hallway felt longer than it should have. The distance between doors stretched just enough to notice if you were paying attention. Then the lighting changed. Not flickering, responding. Lights ahead of us clicked on just before we reached them. Lights behind us shut off the second we passed. Clean, precise, timed. "Motion sensors?" the guy in the blue shirt asked. "No," I said. He looked at me. "Then what?" I didn't answer because it wasn't reacting to movement, it was reacting to us. A phone rang behind us. Everyone stopped. It echoed down the hallway, sharp, wrong. One of the guys checked his phone. No signal. The ringing continued, not from him, from somewhere behind us, farther back than it should have been. Then it cut off, instantly. We kept moving. No one wanted to turn around. That's when we saw them. A group standing at the end of a side corridor, 5 or 6 people, all facing a door, all completely still. "Hey," someone called. "You guys stuck too?" No response. We got closer, and that's when I realized. They weren't trying to open the door. They weren't knocking. They were just standing there, waiting. "Hey," I said, stepping forward. One of them moved. Then all of them did, turning toward us at the same time. Their faces weren't right. Not distorted, just empty. Like whatever had been there before was gone. "You're going the wrong way," one of them said, flat, calm. Another nodded. "Return path is behind you." "No," the blue shirt guy said quickly. "We're not going back." They didn't react, just watched us. I stepped back. "Keep moving," I said. We moved. No one looked away until we turned the corner. The hallway felt tighter now, closer, like the walls had shifted inward. Then I saw the map, mounted on the wall ahead. Emergency layout, clean, normal, except there was a blinking dot. I stepped closer. It was labeled, "You are here." And it was moving. More dots sat farther down the map, grouped together, not moving. "What are those?" someone asked. I didn't answer because I already knew. The label at the top flickered, then updated. Floor 12. Occupants tracked. Our dot moved forward in real time. Behind us, I heard something. Not footsteps, not running, just movement. I didn't turn. I didn't need to because the map updated again. A new dot appeared, closer than it should have been, and it was moving faster than we were. "Keep moving." I don't even remember saying it, but everyone followed. No one wanted to stay near that map. No one wanted to watch those dots any longer. The hallway felt tighter now, shorter, like the building was closing in around us. Doors we passed earlier were gone. Not locked, gone. Just blank walls where they should have been. "Was that always like that?" someone asked. No one answered, because we all knew the answer. The overhead speakers clicked. The alarm cut out mid-blare. Silence hit so fast it felt wrong, heavy, pressurized. Then the voice came back, but it wasn't the same. "Attention!" Clear, calm, not automated. "Occupants attempting unauthorized exit." No one moved. No one spoke. "That's not," the blue shirt guy started. The speaker cut him off. "Return to designated path." A soft click echoed behind us. We turned. The hallway we'd come from was gone. Not dark, not blocked. Gone, replaced by a solid wall. Smooth, seamless. "No," someone whispered. "No, no, no." The lights ahead of us brightened, guiding, pulling us forward. "Proceed." The voice again, closer this time, not louder, just closer. We moved, because there was nowhere else to go. The next corridor opened into a wider section of the floor. Glass panels lined one side, dark, reflective. I caught my reflection as we passed, but something felt off, delayed, like it wasn't matching my movement exactly. Then I saw it, behind me. Not in the hallway, only in the glass. A shape, following, keeping pace. I turned. Nothing there. "Don't stop," someone said quickly. "Just keep moving." We did. Faster now. At the end of the corridor, another door. Heavy, reinforced, different from the others. Above it, a sign, flickering. "Exit, return, stay, return." Over and over. Faster. The voice returned. Floor completion nearing. Someone grabbed the handle, pulled, locked. "Open it!" someone shouted. "It won't." The lights behind us shut off. One by one, closing the distance. Darkness swallowing the hallway behind us. Return in progress. The voice wasn't coming from the speakers anymore. It was everywhere. I looked back toward the glass just for a second. The reflection was still there, but now it was closer than I was, and it wasn't matching me anymore. The sign above the door stopped flickering, locked on one word. Return. "Open it!" Someone slammed their hand against the door. Metal echoed through the hallway. Nothing. No give. No sound from the other side. Just that word above us. Return. Burning steady in red. The lights behind us kept shutting off one by one. Closer. "Do something!" someone yelled. "I am!" the blue shirt guy snapped, yanking the handle again. Locked. The voice came back, not from the speakers, not from the walls, from everywhere. Return in progress. I turned toward the glass panels behind us. I didn't want to, but I had to. The reflection was still there, but it wasn't behind me anymore. It was closer, standing where I should have been, facing the door. And then it moved. Not matching me, not delayed, independent. It reached for the handle. At the same time, I felt my own hand move. I tried to stop. I couldn't. My fingers wrapped around the metal. Cold. Real. "No," I said, but it didn't matter. The lock clicked. The door opened. The red light vanished instantly. The hallway beyond, bright. Normal. The lobby, glass doors, street lights outside, cars passing, everything exactly the way it should have been. For a second, no one moved. Then someone laughed. Relief, sharp, uncontrolled. "We made it," they said. We stepped through, one by one, out of the hallway, into the lobby. The alarm was gone. The lights were steady. The building felt normal. I turned back, just for a second. The corridor behind us looked empty, clean, like nothing had happened. The sign above the door said exit again. I almost convinced myself that was all it was, a malfunction, a glitch. Then I looked at the directory screen near the elevators. It updated as I watched. Floor status, 15, complete. 14, complete. 13, complete. 12, complete. Every floor complete. Except a new line appeared at the bottom. Lobby, in progress. The lights flickered once, Somewhere behind me, a door clicked shut. I turned, slowly. The glass doors to the street were still there, still open, still showing the outside, but the reflection in the glass didn't match. It wasn't the lobby behind me. It was the hallway. Red, dark, waiting. And above the doors, the exit sign flickered once, twice, then changed. Return. And that's when I understood. We didn't make it out. We just reached the next floor. And it wasn't finished with us yet.